Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Hey,
Are you sure about that?
not really.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
We are here and we are back.
Hot hiatus, you
Hot
guys.
hiatus, the hottest hiatus,
So,
the most unspoken hiatus that we could have ever taken, and I enjoyed it.
I mean, it wasn't like a conscious decision
It was not.
to not do the pod. It was, we had a bunch of awesome like life events that caused us to have like more fun
So-
at the time elsewhere.
3 weeks off. First week I went to Minnesota. Second week he was in Kansas City,
Saw my Chiefs beat them Chargers.
and this last week he didn't decide to show up. So I was like, all right, whatever.
I was at work because
yeah.
Okay, so when I went to the Chiefs game, I flew out on Friday, flew United. Don't do that. Sorry, they like changed my fucking gate like 3 times.
Damn.
So I get there, it's like, oh, you're gate A9. So I'm like, all right, cool. Get off the train, go straight to gate A9 or whatever. Loudspeaker's like, if you're flying to St. Louis, flight da-da-da-da-da, your flight is now gate B30-something. So I'm like, fuck. So
you have to go all the way to B.
So I go hop on
B.
that. I go hop on that train. I go all the way to B30-something, and I'm standing there. 20 minutes goes by. Same announcement goes off, but instead they're like, "Your new gate is B9." I'm like, "Y'all are really testing me." So I go all the way to B9, right?
You don't do that to Dave.
I go all the way to B9, bro. I've done more than my steps for the day at this point. But no, I hit B9 and I asked the lady at the thing. I'm like, "Is this my gate? I'm supposed to be flying to St. Louis. My gate's been changed a few times. I'm just trying to be sure." And she's like, "Yeah, you're at the right spot." Wait like 20 more minutes. If you're flying St. Louis, flight da-da-da-da, your gate is now gate B38. So I'm like, I gotta go back all the way across? And like, bruh.
Stop
so
being a lazy bitch, Dave.
they should just get it right. Was this plane hitting laps around this fucking terminal all day? How much fuel did they burn? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I've never heard of that in my life. Have you
Neither.
ever heard of that, Derek?
No, but I'm Mexican, so Mexicans don't fly.
Oh.
We drive everywhere.
Damn, but no, for real though, it was like over an hour of delays just in gate changes alone. So we left later than I anticipated. The flights, it was fine, but that gate experience really got to me, bro.
I've
But
never
no.
heard of that.
But
I've
no.
never. Have you guys ever heard of that? I've literally never heard of that.
So that's getting to Missouri.
I mean, I know it happens. Don't get me wrong, but like that many times is crazy.
And you might be wondering why I flew into St. Louis. It's because I have a cousin who lives like 20 minutes outside of St. Louis airport, and he's the one that I went to the game with. So it was more convenient for like, say, because otherwise, if I flew into Kansas City, it would have been a 2-hour drive or 4-hour drive for him. So anyway, I get there. I booked my flight back on Tuesday like an idiot because I thought I booked it on Monday, but the flight times were the exact same by the minute even, and I confused them for some reason because like I didn't realize this till like the day before I flew back. So I come back on Tuesday, and then that forced me to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday so that I could get my 40 hours. And thus, I missed the pod last week.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, I'm slacking, but not financially. You know
Can't
what I'm
just
saying?
miss a day, Dave. You have to make your 40, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's crazy.
I'm financially responsible for real.
This guy's wild, dog.
Yeah, so that's why I missed last week. But I managed to make the regular pod because I like was off work at that point.
You don't even need to do that.
It is what it is.
He's like, hey, I'm not gonna hate though. You know, it's
But-
all good.
I am.
Minnesota was dope. I didn't have flight problems like that. We just went to the gate and then flew off, and then went to the
Oh,
gate and then
I
flew
forgot
off.
a great detail. They were resurfacing the economy parking lot at the airport. And
They
so,
were.
like, when I was pulling up,
They were.
they had mad signs saying full, full, full. I'm like, I'm risking it. I'm risking it.
And it wasn't full.
I got into the garage parking, but there's the garage parking.
I did the garage too.
But there was an outside little section, which was the only place I found a spot. So I parked there because I'm like, I'm not going to miss this flight. I don't got the time. Bruh. $141.
Holy crap, Dave!
$141 for
You're
parking.
wild, dog.
Denver
We
International
paid-
Airport is wild.
We paid $60 in the garage.
I got had.
You've been had.
I got
big had.
Dude, $141, dude. I could have bought like 2 video games for that or some. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
It was still a great time. Like, we won. I ate so much barbecue. I can't stress enough how much I miss barbecue.
Oh yeah. Minnesota was cool. Cool as shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were there very fast, so the city of Minneapolis was cool. I mean,
Nice.
what we seen was cool. The comedy festival was cool. But moving on from that, dude, had a good week this week. I haven't hit the studio for a little bit. We got Blitz moving around with tour for Chris Webby. He's touring with Chris Webby a little bit this weekend.
Fire.
Hitting a few shows with them. And yeah, haven't hit the studio. But we'll be hitting the studio soon. But what is cool is I got a lot of equipment.
Seeing you on the Instagram.
Yeah, dude, lots of equipment. I got a new synthesizer, got a new digital piano, and a loop station to loop it all together.
Well, yeah, you just
It's
use
gonna be fun.
your piano as your MPC then.
Yes. Yep. Digital piano is the MPC basically because it just has so many sounds on it. But then the synthesizer, we have so many different sounds coming from that thing too. So I'm excited to really learn it and do it because I'm just an amateur still. But I've been making some cool stuff already. Like I've already made two of my own different sounds. I enjoy making sounds on the Moog. So it's called a Moog Subsequent 37. And I'm making my own sounds on it, which is cool.
Fire.
It has its own presets, so I'm creating my own presets. And we'll see where it goes, dude. I can't wait. It has bass on it. It's gonna be fucking sick, dude.
That shit does look pretty dope.
It's cool, dude. I'll have to have you guys play with it or something. Fuck it. I gotta learn it first, but it's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be sweet. Lots of knobs, lots of buttons, lots of different shit that you can tweak and do, and it's fucking cool, man. I'm gonna enjoy. I can't wait till I get my turntable though, dude. I want my fucking record box, goddamn controller, my DJ controller. That's gonna be even more fun.
What's your
That
DJ
doesn't
name?
ship out. We're just going by the group name Morphica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Morphica group name. When I'm performing by myself, I'll probably just do Rick G though, still, no matter what. But whenever we do the EDM group shit, it'll be Morphica. Or I can perform just me under Morphica too. It doesn't matter. Because that's what I release my EDM under, is that name right there, Morphica. And just hit the link tree in the details. But yeah, we'll move on from that. Lots of equipment. Can't wait. New music rolling out soon. I know I always say that, but it's really going to be rolling out soon. I'm going to be dropping a song every week. But it's going to be kind of cool because I'm going to be doing it because I have Morphica and me. So it's going to be bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks for me and then every 2 weeks for Morphica. But I'm going to be switching them off. So it'll be a song every week. Yep. So it'll be me and then Morphica, me, Morphica. And I'll just keep dropping for the rest of the year. That's what I'm going to do. New videos, all that shit. We're going to figure it out. What'd you do this week?
Me?
Yeah, anything other than travel to
Well, that
just
was,
work and shit, huh? You just been working, dude.
yeah, I worked like 8 of 9 days in a row.
Yeah, you
I
haven't done shit.
Yeah.
I guess we should get into battle bets. Hit that soundbite for me, dude.
It's time for battle bets.
Like hearing it. We got to really recap on this battle bets. So it looks like we have another tie week from 3 weeks ago. We're going to be going over the Grant Dawson and Bobby Green card for the UFC, and we're also going over a few weeks, 3 weeks ago for NFL. We're just going to go over the bets. We don't need to go over the cards or talk about them or anything else that happened.
Yeah, too far removed.
Too far removed from that, but let me update this record book real quick. Dave's sitting at a lifetime points. Gosh, man. Lifetime points of 42 points for Mr. Dave.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit.
Bet on Jay.
Yeah, for real. 42 points on the board. Making me look like a fucking scrub. Seriously. How do you do it, Dave? What's your secret?
It's like, you know how Spider-Man has his Spidey sense?
Yeah.
I have like a financial equivalent of that.
Is it because you're Jewish? Damn.
It's my Hebe sense.
Your Hebe sense? I didn't know you had a Hebe sense.
Yeah.
Does every Jew come with a Hebe sense?
Not all of us are created equal, my jet.
Shout out BLP Kosher.
You're
That's clippable right there. That was a good clip. Look at Dave, dude. Dave is sitting hot at 42 points. He has 12 bets that he's won. A lot of them are parlays. And then he has 20 bets that he's lost. His record's sitting at 6-2-2. He loves that record of his.
I'm going in.
He's going in right now, dude. Dave making me feel embarrassed, dude. Rick G sitting down bad at 11 points this season. We have 5 bets won, and we have 23 bets that we've
Bro.
lost, dude. I'm just
Hold
sitting
on.
fucking
I have one.
sad.
I have one.
I'm 2-6-2.
I have one, like WON.
For the record.
I have one more bet than you have points.
What's crazy is I'm the same as the Denver Broncos, like this season right now. Like, what the fuck is good, dude?
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
y'all,
sitting hot with Russ.
y'all
I'm
were
just-
y'all were good enough to beat the Chiefs finally.
We beat the Chiefs, dude. You guys only got 9 points. You guys suck.
right here. So
Yeah.
I'm not applauding.
You guys
the fact
ain't winning the Super Bowl this year, baby. Sorry, bud.
Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
You fucking got 9 points on the shittiest team in the fucking division. Chill out.
Mahomes had the flu.
Oh, did he?
He had to give IVs to play.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, that being said, y'all rose to the occasion. Good for y'all. I'm surprised.
Pants, dude.
No Broncos fans have trolled me yet, and I'm like kind of sad.
Well, dude, we're doing terrible this season. What do you want from us?
I mean, the Broncos finally beat us.
Here, I got you. You fucking suck. I did say you sucked earlier, but you didn't catch it.
But like, this is such a weird moment. Like the Broncos haven't beat the Chiefs since Peyton Manning was y'all's quarterback.
Let's go over our bets real quick. So Dave had two bets that he lost. He had a 7-point parlay plus 320 for Limile McFarland and Drew Dober.
Yeah, that did
hit
not.
the L. Limile lost her ass on that one. And then we had MU moneyline, Travis Kelce and Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown for a plus 780 parlay on a two pick. That's fucking nice. 8-point L on Dave's head right there,
No
though.
sweat.
No sweat bet on there, but, still lost that one. The one he did pick up was the Chiefs money line, Stephon Diggs touchdown. 2 plus 219 parlay for 6 points. Nice win, dude. Ended the week with 6 points. Same with me. Ended the week with 6 points, the one I won. Actually, it was an 8-point parlay, but I had to knock it down to 6 points because Ion Kutilaba did not fight. The fight was canceled.
Yeah, that's nothing you can.
So we had Chris Cyborg and then the Minnesota Vikings. So basically, because that fight didn't go through, we already knew Ion Kutilaba was going to win.
Yeah.
I would have beat Dave, but didn't happen. Lost my ass on the Dawson Green not going the distance. That only went 30 seconds. Don't even need to read the rest of the parlay. It was a plus 456 8-point L on my face. Then I had a 6-point parlay L plus 203 for Morano Buckley not going the distance and Jalen Waddle touchdown. Thanks, Jalen. Didn't get a touchdown.
Pretty sure he's hurt.
He is hurt, I think. Oh, man. But, we're sitting at 11 points now. We're at double-digit points. We had a bad week. But it's nothing worse than sitting negative 2 points. I've been there for a long time, and we're at 11 points. I'm feeling happy. You can sit happy at 42 points, but I'm going to catch up eventually.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait until I start hit.
Yeah, you're going to catch
I'm going to start
stride.
hitting. I'm going to be like, oh, my God. All right. So, if you guys want to go over our point system, hit the details in the description below. I'm going to go over it real quick, just as a nice refresher for everybody. So if parlays are active, let's go over the parlay bonus points real quick, just because it's like an offset thing. Parlay with 2 bets is 3 bonus points. Parlay with 3 bets is 5. Then it goes 7 and 8 bonus points from a 4-bet parlay and a 5-bet parlay. Now let's go over the normal point system. A plus 400 bet is 5 points. So, like, if this guy, he put a plus 700 bet last time, it's still 5 points, and then he had his parlay bonus points added to that. And then we have plus 300 bet 4 points, plus 200 bet 3 points, plus 100 bet 2 points. A minus 100 bet or less is 1 point on your bet. But if you miss a plus 200 bet, you lose no points. So like a no sweat bet, you're going to hear us say it a lot. His plus 700 parlay bet was no sweat. He's not going to lose any points if he misses the bet. But if you make a minus 100 or less bet, you lose 2 points. If you make a plus 100 or more, up to 200, then you lose 1 point. So that's the points real quick, running through it. We're going to be picking our bets real quick. You got a coin, Dave or Deryk?
I mean, do you want to go
never
first?
have a coin. That's the thing. We're going to keep that the thing for a while.
You just want to go first?
Why do you want me to go first?
I think we've agreed in the past, like 3 bets, parlays active.
Yeah, but what if I want to like put a like a cog in the wheel? You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
Put a Johnson in the Johnson.
Put a Johnson in the Johnson.
Talking about Johnson & Johnson shampoo?
No, boosters.
Don't stab me.
No one has a coin. It's okay.
We don't
Rock,
need a-
paper, scissors.
How about you can just act like you won?
Why?
Ooh, well, act like you won. He's saying you a bitch.
Whoa.
He is kind of calling me a bitch, right?
He's
Like,
a bitch for real.
Whoa. Well,
Yo,
if we
what the
flip the
fuck?
coin, it's like a 50-50. But we're gonna pretend like you won the 50-50.
why do you have? What's your plan right now? Do you
I don't
already
have a plan.
You don't have a
No.
plan? No, you just
No.
want to go.
I just doesn't matter to me how many bets or if I go first or second.
You don't really care.
I'm content. Look at how many points I have.
Well, you would make it a lot more fun if you acted like you cared at least. Like you would make it more,
Give this man a
it'd be
coin,
lot.
We're never gonna hear the end of this.
Coin. I'll go get one.
Go get a coin because this is the thing. We need to make it a thing, dude. Because when we're up there, dude, when we have a lot of episodes and this is established, people are gonna be like, why aren't they flipping a coin and making this fair? They're fucking Dave and his goddamn
His lead.
patriarchy, yeah.
His lead
All right, call it in the air, fucker.
heads.
Tails. Let's go.
Hey, I said let's act like you won, and you won.
And I won.
You
See,
fucking-
dude. But my thing is, like, at least I win something. You know what I mean? This is why I do it.
This is
you
your Super
fucking
Bowl.
asshole.
ZZ,
Yes.
come here. Psst.
God,
She's rubbing up against camera.
ZZ, stop! You're ruining the quality of our shitty camera already.
Whoa, I didn't.
Poor ZZ. The abuse around here is just crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's do. What should I do? Should I pick going first, or should I? You're right. 3 bets. Parlay's active. You're going first. Fucking A. You're right. I was gonna do the 4 bets, but I don't want to do the 4 bets. Like coming back, like from the hiatus. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks away. 3 bets up this week. Let's do it. Of course, we get the fucking sound. What are you cooking, dude? You're cooking a potato?
Are you hitting 30 seconds?
Yeah,
a bunch
actually,
of times?
throw me a potato in there, bro.
Do
You
hit,
got butter?
Hold on. Do you hit 30 seconds a bunch of times?
No, I was doing the other.
Oh, I thought you were.
Hell
typing
yeah!
on the
Throw me a
microwave.
potato, dude. That's gonna take fucking 3 hours to cook.
That's a funny debate that people like to have. Is when you use the microwave, do you type in the amount of time, or do you just hit 30 seconds like X amount of times?
Oh,
I do 30
type
seconds.
in. I'll type in,
I do 30 seconds.
or I'll hit potato. If I'm cooking the potato, I'll hit the potato.
But anyway,
Your
Whoa,
boy got a.
breaking news.
We're already
Hold on.
logged in. That's pre-logged in.
breaking news: Mark Zuckerberg tears ACL.
He ain't fighting Elon.
Competitive MMA
anytime.
debut plan for early next year will be delayed, or he's gonna have a robot ACL.
Yeah, put Facebook
He's
ACL
gonna have a
in there.
meta ACL.
Yeah, meta ACL, dude. They're not even calling it Facebook. It's still called Facebook though. Huh?
Meta ACL. All right, here we go.
Damn.
I don't know what my first bet's gonna be, but
You already don't know. Here, I'm gonna start looking too, dude. So again, we have 3 bets that we're gonna pick each. Parlays are active. Whoever wins the most bets obviously wins the most points. So that's the winner for next week. And we'll go over the bets next week and then pick new bets next week and go off from there. Do not forget this episode, we're going to be, for our Banter Bro segment, it's Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. Who the fuck won? Because he thinks Tyson won by just a skid mark, and I think Francis won.
Tune in to see
Kind
how.
of like a lot of people.
Y'all are gonna have to tune in to see
But
that.
you'll tune in to see that we're going to argue a bit. We probably won't argue too long about that. We'll see how long it goes. But Dave is looking at his bets. I'm going to be looking at my bets. I think I'm going to go more. I don't even think there's UFC this week.
There is
Is there?
Derek Lewis versus Almeida.
I can't believe it's not on the front page.
Even though Derek
the
Lewis
audacity of not.
Derek
being on
Lewis
the
got
front page.
arrested for, I think, reckless driving.
That's not good for camp.
Yeah, man, his balls was hot. He had to
His
get
balls was hot, and
He
he's fighting Jailton Almeida, which is
A
very
grappler.
very scary guy on the ground. I'm probably gonna be betting on UFC a lot though.
I'm thinking foosball.
The big foos.
There's some good games to be honest.
Oh my god,
Uh-oh.
the fight not to go the distance in Jailton Almeida and Derek Lewis. Guess the line.
To not go the distance.
Not go the distance.
Like minus 1600.
Minus 10,000. What the fuck?
They're heavyweights. Normally that's a safe bet in any parlay that
10,000?
a heavyweight bout won't go the distance.
What the fuck?
Not today.
Yeah, dude. Minus 10K. What the hell, man?
It's like, excuse me?
Yeah. Okay. Minus 10 grand, huh? Never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Man, this is kind of difficult because I didn't plan ahead. So
You're all good.
I'm
You can
building a
figure it out.
parlay, a little parlazzy, you know,
Parlaza.
Parlisle.
I'm building my parlay as well. We're gonna look at the. Ooh, bare knuckles on this.
Yeah, bare knuckle. There's one FC tonight. A lot of news.
Ooh, one championship is on this too.
Mm.
Who'd you say was fighting tonight for
John
one?
Haggerty, I believe.
Oh, I could bet for Mr. Haggerty. Let's see.
Kickboxing legend. Okay, I'm almost done. This parlay is almost done.
I just picked one up. Let me see how many points I'm going to get for it, though. You know what I'm saying? 3. It's not bad.
This is going to be a diverse parlay.
Why so diverse?
It's going to be college football, NFL, and then NBA. Because
I like it, dude.
The NBA regular season is
We're back, huh?
baby.
Yeah, we're back, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I'm going to look at that, too.
Yeah, don't hesitate.
I can't hesitate on that.
Oh my god. I'm almost like not confident on the basketball bets.
Oh, I'm pretty Well, I'm a
Okay,
little,
I'm
I'm a
done.
little scared
Here
for
we
the
go.
one I picked up.
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
So, 3-leg parlay.
Okay.
First leg.
First leg of Dave's parlay, first bet.
Eagles money line over Cowboys.
Eagles money line. What is the line?
Minus 155.
Minus 155.
They're all favorites. My subtle favorite parlays, like I like
it.
to do. You ready for the second leg?
Yeah.
Notre Dame money line over Clemson. Same odd.
Minus 155. Okay.
And then last but not least, we have Milwaukee Bucks taking on the New York Knicks, and I have the Bucks money line. They're the favorites at minus 210.
Money line minus 210.
So when you combine all three of these, you get a plus 300 parlay.
Plus 300 parlay. Wow.
Yeah.
So we have Dave sitting at a plus 300 parlay, 4 points. Adding the 3 bets, 5 points. That is a 9-point play for Mr. Dave.
So at plus 300, you're basically quadrupling your money. You bet $10, your payout's like 39 something.
Beautiful.
So
That is
those are all
beautiful.
favorites. They're not overwhelming favorites. This has been a little subtle game I've been using. No one taught me this. I just kind of discovered this while we've been navigating this this
Dave,
parlay
this is
game.
a good bet. I like your bet.
Well, I look at it like this. The most overwhelming favorite on this is obviously the Milwaukee Bucks because you got Damian Lillard on the Bucks now. Damian Lillard playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's an insane duo. They should definitely beat the Knicks because the Knicks have like RJ Barrett and like Julius Randle. They have a couple other players. Like they're not like completely
You know what?
like beat. They could obviously win that. And then when you go down to like college football, Notre Dame is like a ranked team. They're balling. They're kind of expected to have college playoff potential. Clemson does not. That's a game where I think they should be not overwhelming favorites, but definite favorites. And then Eagles over Cowboys is a risk because that is a division game. So like the Eagles and the Cowboys, like they play each other more times than not. They hate each other. That's a rivalry right there. Cowboys play like a top 3 team in the league or a bottom like 15 team in the league. There's no in between. So depending on what Dallas team shows up that day, if Dakota Prescott can show up or Dak Prescott shows up, will determine if that's a game. But I think Jalen Hurts and company should win that. Thus, they're the minus 155 favorites.
I like it, dude.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. And I'm gonna do pretty simple too. So
I didn't touch MMA yet.
let's go over mine, and I definitely did touch some MMA up in here. But first off, we're gonna be starting with John Haggerty money line on the kickboxing fight this weekend. Actually tonight, right?
I believe so.
John Haggerty. So pick him up right now if you're watching this live. John Haggerty is currently sitting at a minus 218. John Haggerty minus 218 money line.
Absolute legend.
Absolute legend. And he's going to be taking on who cares, right? Let's go over to the next leg that I got picked. Denver Nuggets over the Dallas Mavericks, minus 250. I got Denver, man. I mean,
that was a risky one.
it is a risky one because of
Dallas is undefeated.
They're undefeated right now?
4-0 versus 4-1. It's early. It's stupid early.
I mean, they're sitting at a minus 250.
The Nuggets should be the favorites.
They should be. You think it's a close game? Explain yourself.
I mean, Luka is Luka.
Luka's Luka,
No one
dude.
on the Nuggets is going to stop Luka, and no one on the Mavericks is going to stop Jokic. It's kind of like a wash. What they're both capable of a triple double if they want it, and we know it. So it's like the two of them.
You're scaring me.
The two of them. No, that's not a bad bet because outside of
You don't
Luka,
think so?
you got Kyrie, and then when you go to the other side, you got like Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying? You got Michael Porter Jr. Like I feel like the Nuggets are.
Where's Josh? Do you think that's a good bet, Josh?
You might have to.
I bet Josh is watching. I wonder.
Any bet on the Nuggets is a good bet.
I feel like any bet of the Nuggets is a good bet.
But
But if I could just pick up a Jokic bet on them,
I mean, look up
just
maybe
replace that with the money
maybe
line?
look up Jokic double.
Yeah, let's see what
That's a
it is.
guarantee.
That's a yeah. For
He's
sure.
gonna get 10 boards or 10 assists and
Easily.
10 points.
Let's see what that's sitting
some
at. 'Cause
combination.
You're literally kind of scaring me right now. I hate that you're doing that.
I'm not trying to scare you. I think they should win. I just was like not. The reason I didn't choose them in my parlay was because the undefeated Mavericks and the 250 difference was a little steep for the parlay liking. I aim for like low minus favorites. That's how I get those positive parlays off of favorites.
I can't find the double. Where are you at?
Under personals, maybe.
I'm under player points.
on, let me
player
look it up.
combos. There it is. Player
Okay.
combos. Okay.
I was gonna say if not, I can try.
Let's see where it's at. Double.
We also have hockey right now.
We do have hockey right now.
Mm-hmm. Blues don't look so hot.
Jokic ain't even on the double thing. Oh yeah, he is. Minus 500. Jesus Christ.
Okay, maybe not. I didn't think it was gonna be that.
Yeah, that's a
that
blown
crazy.
line. Holy crap. Let me look what his rebound numbers are, though, huh? We could get some nice rebounds from.
Like the over or something.
Yeah.
Like he should be over like 9 boards, maybe 8 to be safe.
Where is Mr. Jokic? There he is. Over 10 is minus 220. Holy shit. 10.5 rebounds. Alternative rebounds. Over. I don't know about that. I honestly might just keep it. I'm kind of scared, though. You got me scared for the Denver Nuggets, bro. I wonder if I could just pick a safer one, like around that same line. The Timberwolves, 285. That might not fuck with my line. Let's see. Because the Utah Jazz is definitely losing. Like, I'm sorry. What are we doing, right? Yep, that's what I'm doing. So I'm placing the Nuggets with the Timberwolves. I definitely think the Timberwolves are beating the Jazz. If the Jazz win, then you should just stop playing this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that switch, Dave?
Not mad at it.
Do you think they're winning for sure? Or no?
I mean, it depends.
Who do the Jazz even have?
Jordan Clarkson.
Okay.
I think Max Kessler, I think his name is. He was like the Rudy Gobert replacement. Not a lot coming to mind.
And you know what? It's okay, because that's not even my risky bet. My risky bet is I'm picking up Angela Hill money line. She's a plus 120 underdog. Angela Hill's known to take these distance fights and win them. Sometimes lose them, though. She's lost a lot of splits, I mean. But I think she's I think she's a good money line, and it helps with the John Haggerty and the Timberwolves line, because my 3-pick parlay ends at plus 333. So we have a plus 333 parlay. Same points as Mr. Dave here. 9 points, dude. 9 points. I'm matching Dave on this 9-point play. His is a little bit more favorited, though, and he hit right at the 300, which is beautiful for the points. So I'll give him that. But you know what? I think Angela Hill's going to get it done. I think the Timberwolves are going to get it done, and John Haggerty is an easy win for the minus 218. So pick him up, 9-point play. Mr. Dave, it's your second bet.
Scrolling.
Very nice, man. I'm going to do a little something, too, to you. I have a little strategy I'm going to do. See if it works. Are those our potatoes, dude?
Not done yet.
Like I said, they're going to take hours, dog. You know that, right?
The way I cook them.
Did you cut them up?
Don't worry about me.
Oh, damn. I like your style, kid. Okay. I'm building my parlay as well, guys. Let me see. We got some open time here. Mr. Dave's building up.
Mm-hmm.
I like your style, Dave. I do want to see some. Hmm.
Forgive me, I'm still scrolling.
I know, dude. What are you doing, dude? You're still scrolling,
I'm
dude.
cooking.
What are you cooking up, man? Well, at least give us what sport you're cooking in. Give us something.
I could just do an easy no sweat bet. Actually, now that I see the odd, but it's kind of crazy.
Really? Why?
Because it's unlikely, but I want it to come true.
Oh, really?
So, I guess we'll just do this because I like the odd.
Okay.
No sweat bet. My Missouri Tigers, my 7-1 Missouri Tigers, which are now ranked 14th in the AP poll, which is insane. Like, never would have thought we would have been ranked going into this season.
Yeah.
We're going up against number 1 fucking Georgia. And we almost had their number
You're
last
just
year.
gonna pick them up or what? You're crazy. fool. That
Missouri
ain't
money,
happening.
Missouri money line, plus 500.
Wow, Dave.
Oh, I wore yellow for a reason today, I guess.
Missouri money line. He's taking the plus 500 on his own team
Super
to upset the number.
risky.
The number one, and you're using a whole bet on it. You're crazy.
I was building a parlay, but when I saw those odds, I was like, I could just do that because it's a no sweat bet.
Wow. So Mr. Dave picking up a plus 500 for 5 points. One bet. All he needs is one bet. He doesn't need legs.
That's what, like a 6 point or a 5 point?
5 point bet. Well, 5 point play. Because we stop at 5 points at plus 400 or more.
Got him.
5 point play for Mr. Dave. Wow. All right, man. Here, you know what? I'll give the first leg of mine while I build the rest of it. I'm picking up the Milwaukee Bucks just like Dave did on his first parlay. You know what? We're picking it up just like Dave. So if Dave picks up a leg, guess who picks up a leg? Old Rick. Old Rick picking up a leg just like Mr. Dave.
Third leg Rick.
Taking a page out of Mr. Hebe's motherfucking book here.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it in.
War.
Big War. Big War from fucking Big War, dude.
War.
Let me go back. I think I'm gonna go back to fighting after that. I wish I could bet on bare knuckle, but I don't know anybody fighting, so it's kind of hard for me to.
Julian
jump on
Lane.
Yeah, but like,
That doesn't mean he's gonna win.
yeah, it's like bare knuckle. So, you know what? I could probably do. Let's. They're all locked. I was gonna pull up and say what. I was gonna literally parlay all of the fights to not go the distance. Because you could literally just do that. Like, seriously. Dang it. So I already used John Haggerty. I'm touching the NBA a lot. I haven't pulled up chat yet, just so you guys know, too. If anybody's hitting chat, I'm sorry. I cannot see it right now. Just because we're building the parlays up. I don't have chat open on my telephone. I think I'm going back to UFC, though. Again, one leg down. I got Milwaukee Bucks money line. That's sitting at, I'm just going to pick up Dave's line on his app, minus 210. It was 205 on my app, I think. Boom. Let's see, UFC. Oh, you pulling up the chat for me, dude? Hell yeah, dog. Josh in there? Who's in there? What up, Noah? What you doing, bro? Oh, we got someone on the bottom. Let's see what we got. Oh, there is Josh. What up, Josh? Yeah, he says Nuggets money line. You got Jokic. That's what's up, Josh. That's a nice play, dude. How many points is your play? Check the description if you want to see how many points your play is. Let's see what the fights are looking like, dude. For real. I could pick up a Jokic over 20 points. That would be pretty fire. It's a pretty fire fucking leg. I might do that, to be honest. Man, wouldn't it be cool if Derek Lewis did it, huh? Plus 370 for Derek Lewis. I just don't think it's happening. I really don't. Let's see what... Oh, man. Kind of a shallow card for the UFC, I will say. What do you think about it?
There's a couple names that I recognize on the card. It doesn't slick my hair back whatsoever.
Yeah, man.
But when we say things like this and we have these like stupid low expectations, we typically get barn burner fights.
Yeah,
it's not a guarantee, but it's a definite possibility. There's also, I want to say the PFL playoffs come out soon in this month, sometime this month. Not sure when, but something to think about.
All right, I picked my UFC parlay, but I'm going to go back to the NBA before I tell you what pick that is, because I just want to look at the money line before I do that. The NBA is kind of fun to bet on. Like, it makes it fun. How do you guys feel about basketball sports betting? Some people don't like it at all, I know that.
Basketball's really fun because...
A lot of these bets are today, guys, just so you know.
Yeah. Basketball's fun to bet on / fun to watch because it's a game of runs. There's a lot of adjusting that takes place in basketball. Like,
yeah,
you could be watching a game where a team could be overwhelming favorites, and then next thing you know, like, the other team goes on a huge run, and then the odds just flip. Like, it's really interesting.
I don't know if I want to take that line. Yeesh. I was gonna pick up Jokic by points, but that's minus 700, dog. That's crazy. I can't pick that up because I already have a bigger bet on there. Kind of like that, to be honest. Let's see what else we can pick, though. Honestly, I'm going to look at NFL a little bit. How are you picking NFL on this next bet? What are you building over there? Are you building something, Dave?
I'm plotting.
You're plotting? I like it. I like your style. I'm going back to NFL. Feel free, guys. And if you're not watching this live, drop in comments what you guys have hit on bets-wise, what you guys missed, what parlays you've built, you know, what point plays you guys have made for our point system that's always in the description. Just check it out, man. I'm not going to bet on NHL. I don't know shit about the NHL. Do you? Can you bet on the NHL confidently?
No.
No way. Not happening. I tried to look at it for a second, and I don't even know what I'm going to pick. It would just be silly of me to just pick something blindly. You could bet on League of Legends. What would you do? I just come at you with a League of Legends bet?
Like, I got nothing for you.
Wow, Casey's taking on the Dolphins, huh?
Yeah, in Germany, early. I'm nervous. Bro, this is not...
Very early in the morning. Holy shit.
This is not a bet that I'm placing, nor should anybody, but do you want to hear the odds for Michigan, who's number 2, 8-0, going up against Purdue, who's 2-6?
Yeah.
Michigan is minus 15,000.
Jesus Christ.
And
dude,
Purdue is
15K?
Yeah, and Purdue is plus 3,000. So if
15 grand?
If you bet wow, that's just not a bet that any normal person should make. Minus 15K, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, this is close odds for the NFL this week. A lot of minus 100s, you know, for a lot of these teams. I might pick up a Jokic plus 25 points.
That's not bad.
He could do it.
Dude, it's Jokic.
I mean, he kind of has to do it.
It's Jokic.
Jokic.
25 points is nothing.
It's a minus 180.
That's nothing. You can add that with confidence.
Yeah, I really can, yeah. I was thinking about doing it, but I was like, I wonder if I could.
Should I have someone else having just a night? Like, even, yeah, Jokic should be confident for that.
He should be. I mean, he has to put up a lot of points because of... I don't know, man. I might look at Murray's totals, alternate totals. Let's look. Going back to the NBA, I know I keep switching on you guys. I'm sorry, but, like, dog, it's kind of hard to really reel something in because this guy is hard to take down, and I'm trying to make good weeks. I'm not going to lie. Trying to not fumble the bag every week because your boy been fumbling the bag a lot. And I'm trying to right the wrong, per se. Where's Jokic? There he is. Let's see what that gets me. I kind of like... 1 point away from plus 200. Plus 199. You gonna do me like that? That's fucked up. A whole point getting lost by fucking 1 point. God, that sucks. Here, I'm gonna look at something else then. Let me see what Murray's looking like. I could pick up Luka. No, I can't pick up Luka. Nope, can't do it, man. Where's Jamal? 20 points for Jamal is minus 150. That's pretty good. You think he can get 20? Maybe not against the Mavs. There's Luka and shit.
Just depends. He should. I think they're all good for those.
I think so too, honestly. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're picking up Jamal Murray plus 20 points. Alternate. Come on, Jamal. Who's calling?
Jaden. He's FaceTiming me.
Oh, really?
I'm going to text him.
That'd be funny if you got him on the pod. All right, so we're picking up Jamal Murray plus 20 points. 20 plus, points. And that is sitting at a minus 150 for Mr. Jamal. And then I'm going to be adding Renat Fakhretdinov. Money line. Try and spell that, Dave.
Nope.
Renat. F-A-K. Oh my gosh. H-R-E-T. D-I-N-O-V. Fakhretdinov. And that's just a money line, dude. Just picking him up. Money line. And he's sitting at a minus 340. Favorite. So that is a 3-leg parlay. We got Milwaukee Bucks money line, Jamal Murray plus 20 points, and we got Renat Fakhretdinov. That's a plus 220 parlay. I was going to do the plus 199, but I'm not risking that last little point, dude. That's a whole point that I need. And that's going to be a 3-point and plus 5 points. 8-point parlay. That's a nice play by your boy Rick. We're doing big parlays over here. Other than Dave, he took the Missouri money line just to bet. 5 points. Crazy guy. I like your style, kid. All right. And that's where I'm sitting at for that. Go ahead, Dave. What's your last bet?
I'm honing in on the last leg. I'm just trying to... I've had a few things that I liked the odds for, but were kind of risky. And I'm trying to see some of these that I would consider like gimmies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what I'm trying to go with.
Okay.
So give me 1 sec. This one's going to be a little risky, I suppose.
Do your thing.
But let's see.
You going big risky or what? Like, what kind of risky you going? I am curious, Mr. Man.
All right, here we go. This is gonna sound like a mouthful, but perfect. I like this. So I got Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. It's first leg.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Kelce, TD, what is the line?
Minus 122.
I like that line.
Mm-hmm. He's like, that's a nice line.
I might pick it up.
And then
make you cheer for both of us.
Second line is Alabama over the LSU Tigers money line. LSU is 6-2. Alabama is 7-1. So I expect this to be a good game, but Alabama's the favorite at minus 165.
Nice.
And then this last one is the mouthful. But so Steph Curry to have a combination. This is why it's mouthful. A combination of total points, rebounds, and assists combined. That number combined over 38.5. Does that make sense?
What?
He's getting over 38 or over.
Who?
Steph Curry.
Oh, Curry.
Over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. So if he had
0.5 points, PTS / rebounds / what?
And assists.
And assists.
So over 38.5.
What is the odd?
Minus 110.
Minus 110. I like it.
Yeah. So for example, if he had
So Stephen Curry needs 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists, right? Cumulatively all together.
Yeah. So if he got 30 points and these are numbers I'm making up as I'm saying them, but if he had 30 points and then 10 assists and then 5 boards, that's 45. You know what I mean?
So what is the parlay line?
Plus 458.
Wow, Dave.
It's risky. Travis Kelce might not score a touchdown. He should because he's the best receiver on our team, and all of our receivers can't catch for some reason. Alabama playing LSU, they should win, but it's college football. Upsets happen. It's highly unlikely that Alabama's going to lose this one, but still worth noting. And then the whole Curry thing, if he plays a healthy whole game, I think he's confidently going to breeze past the whole 38.5.
8-point play by Mr. Dave, plus 458. If you bet $100 on that, you win 458. Damn. Okay.
Okay.
I like it. I like it a lot, but you know what? Let's see what we're going to do. Come on. Load up. Oh, just missed the line on it. I was thinking of just doing a same game parlay of Tua Tagovailoa over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and then Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, plus 184 parlay. I was thinking about doing it. I kind of don't like the line. The line's not the best. I wouldn't be getting a lot of points for that, so I'm not going to do it. You're lucky, Mr. Dave. Barely missed it. It's okay. We'll pick up something else. I think I might just leave this as an NFL bet. Like just a good old NFL bet, man.
Do what you do, man.
Yeah. Who else is going to get a touchdown? Who's the best quarterback in the league right now, fantasy-wise?
I don't know about fantasy-wise, but I know who the best quarterback in the league is.
I thought you were playing
actually
fantasy this year.
I'm not doing so hot.
You're not doing so hot in fantasy this year?
Nah.
Oh, what happened, Dave? What's your record for fantasy, dog?
I think I'm 3-5.
You think you're 3-5? Oh man, my man Dave's not in it no more.
I could still make the playoffs.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's just I'm going up against a lot of good teams. My draft strategy was a little different this year because we were doing a keeper league, so that the idea is you keep players going into the next season, and then when you draft the next season, it's just like rookies coming into the league and free agents and stuff. So I got guys that were a little younger consciously, who I think will also be good next year, not just good now. So, yeah, bad idea. There's two strategies. There's win now, win later, and I try to like meet in the middle, and looks like I'm gonna win later.
All right, I got my last bet, my last parlay. I got it. Easy. I'm doing a 2-pick parlay. The first leg on that parlay is the over 1.5 for the touchdowns on Mr. Tua Tagovailoa. 1.5 TDs on Tua. That's sitting at minus 160. Then I'm going to be picking up Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown. And that is against the Seahawks. Anytime TD. That's sitting at a plus 115. That's my parlay. 2 legs. Easy peasy. Plus 249.
You know what? A pick,
plus 249 on the 2.
A pick I thought about making.
What's up?
That you could take this if you want. There's still enough time. I thought about doing it. If you just moneyline Seahawks over Baltimore, which should be a competitive game.
Should be a competitive.
Seahawks are like plus 220 something.
They are.
Just moneyline.
Outright.
I thought about that, but I think Baltimore's rolling right now. So
they are rolling.
I was a little hesitant.
Especially with the running, man.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's why I'm picking up Mr. Lamar anytime TD. I mean, if they get in red zone, come on.
Yeah.
What do you think's about to come? So we're picking up the plus 249 parlay, 3 points, adding the 2-bet bonus. I'm liking it, dude. I'm liking it a lot. 3 points plus 3 points, 6-point play. I like it because that is kind of like an offset to Mr. Dave's Missouri moneyline play. So let's roll over our bets one more time. Dave picking up a plus 300 parlay of 9 points. His Missouri moneyline, 5 points, and that's a plus 500. Then we have his parlay of plus 458, 8 points. Then we got me sitting at a plus 33 parlay, 9 points, plus 220 parlay, 8 points, and then that last parlay for plus 249, 6 points on that.
And we're all over the place.
I'm coming for Dave's neck. We're all over the place for this. I did try to piggyback on some of his bets. I was actually going to pick up Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. So you were forced to cheer for both of us, you know what I mean? I was just going to have you cheer for both of us on a few different bets. But it's okay. I picked up Milwaukee Bucks just for that reason. Let's just hope that Jamal Murray picks it up at the minus 150 for that parlay, you know. We'll see what happens next week. That's been your segment with Battle Bets. Time to move on. We have our bets. If you guys want to go over the bets or the points, check the description below or just go back and go over those bets. And again, if you wanted to place those bets, you might want to place them right now if you're watching this live because some of them are going on tonight.
Yeah.
But that's what's nice about this battle bets, and that's why I kind of created it, so we didn't have to piggyback on, oh, you got to bet right now, da-da-da. Like we had to for the fucking last podcast we had.
So I think
it's good to do it this way.
before we dive into any of the banter bros, I think
I need the soundbite, and Mr. Guy is back, so we're good, dude.
We have
Hit that
to-
banter bros.
we have to at least give a moment.
It's time for Banter Bros!
That part. But no, we should at least take a moment to reflect on that UFC card. I think it was 294.
Yeah.
Islam versus Volk 2.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about. So
I'll pull it up.
I was riding in a car going through like rural Missouri on my way to Kansas City the day before the football game, and I was just streaming it on my phone.
Good fights.
It was honest. It's still
We'll just go over the main.
so weird still to me watching cards at like 1 in the afternoon. It just feels weird. Like
We'll start with the Johnny Walker when we talk about that stuff, but let's go over Ikram Aliskerov getting the first round KO, Saeed Nurmagomedov getting the first round submission. Both of those are over Warley Alves for the KO, and then Main Gafurov for the submission.
so.
For
This
Saeed.
this UFC card, if I'm not mistaken, set a record for the least amount of octagon time in a pay-per-view on the main card.
It went quick.
It was like
quick.
It was
quick,
like
quick,
17 minutes of combat in the whole like main card. We're talking 6 fights. You got 17 minutes. 'Cause
That's
everyone
fucking
was
crazy.
just on one. Which
On one, bro. 2 first round stoppages, and then what really helped with that was in the first round, 3 minutes and 13 seconds, they called it a draw known contest, which is kind
It
of
was
supposed
so-
to be a DQ.
it was so discombobulating and confusing.
It was very confusing. Magomed Ankalaev basically kneed Johnny Walker while he was on the ground.
Egregiously illegally.
It was egregious
But
and illegal.
the problem is that the UFC wants to protect Magomedov or whatever his name is.
Magomed Ankalaev.
Yeah, Ankalaev, because Ankalaev has been a victim of this happening before when he fought Ian Kutilaba. They had to like end it on some questionable shit. So like he's been a victim of these moments, of these blitzkrieg moments where he kind of like the moment gets the best of him, I guess. So the UFC, the fight hasn't gone half the distance of the duration of the fight. You can't rule a decision. So we're talking halfway through the second round, basically, is what it would have to have fought. So it's a no contest because the illegal strike that they thought Johnny Walker could not continue from.
And that was the doctor's fault, bro. The doctor asked Johnny Walker where he was at, and he was like, in the desert. Which
Yeah,
was, I mean,
it's
not the best answer,
it's
but
not
like,
the-
dog.
Well, yeah, like, and at, the,
They were in the desert.
and at the same time, when you watch his body language when it happens, like Johnny Walker was, like it hurt him, but he didn't look like he was knocked the fuck out.
No, he looked fine.
He looked like he was more than ready to continue, but it was just, and I think there's a language barrier, like the
Yeah.
whole nine. So
It's just, it was a mess.
it was
a mess.
really hard. And then as
This is the same doctor that kind of was weird with the
As
other
this-
fight at the beginning.
as
too.
this is happening, and they're like, the fight, everyone in the cage doesn't know what's happened yet. They don't know that the fight is or is continuing or not continuing. Like, you got Johnny Walker's camp. Johnny Walker speaks English, but most of his camp is Brazilian, just like him. So they're going to be speaking Portuguese. You got the Enclave camp that's going to be speaking like Dagestani dialect of Russia or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way that they can talk to one another like without like a language barrier.
Yeah.
So that happens. The refs
Doctor
haven't.
was kind of a
the
dick,
doctor
too.
hadn't quite done the wave of the hands motion, so they're like confused. And Johnny Walker's like, "I'm ready to go," and Ankalaev thought that was him, like kind of like bull rushing him, kind of. So then Ankalaev kind of got like buck with him in the moment, and then they had to keep him separated. It was a
It was
weird mess.
Dana
Their-
came in the cage.
Yeah,
it was a mess.
their teams were like jawing at each other. The whole ordeal was just very like, It did not
It
look
was crazy.
as a fan. I was like not paying close attention, and then when I looked up out of nowhere, I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is the fight not continuing? Like, the whole time I didn't know what was
Doctor
going on.
fucked it up.
And when the
dude.
doctor officially stopped it, there had been such a delay in combat from that moment that there was no reasonable way they would have reconvened it. But still, like, as a fan, it's just like, what's going on? So, I don't know. I don't think the doctor was doing anything to not protect the fighter. I think the doctor just clearly was not ready for that moment in front of, like, all of those people. Like, the fuck? So
This is like the fuck.
that was really hard to watch. It was like an embarrassing moment. And when Dana got in the cage, that's Dana's
was
way of
embarrassing.
saying, like, if y'all don't calm down when I step in this cage, y'all are both suspended.
Fuck, it was bad. And hopefully they get a rematch. The doctor really fucked it up. This is the same doctor that told the dude that got kicked in the nuts and had to go to the hospital and literally threw up, and it was bad that he didn't get hit in the nuts. So This doctor was just kind of on one that night, and we don't really know what was going on. But let's move on. Kamaru Usman took on Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev won the fight decision-wise.
He broke his hand in the first round.
Broke his hand in the first round. Couldn't really do much after that, but it was a good fight. Kamaru did a lot better. Kamaru won, if you ask me, because not the actual fight. I mean, I think Chimaev
won the moment.
He won the moment, though, because Kamaru stepped in on 10 days' notice and looked that good.
So I like how Brennan Schaub, shout out the Schaub Show and Brennan Schaub, how he was talking about it. He said, we learned one of two things that night from that fight. A, Khamzat is more human than we thought. Human.
For sure.
He's a human. Like the Gilbert.
I mean, I think Gilbert Burns.
I was literally getting to that. Gilbert Burns. The difference between Gilbert Burns and most other fighters, virtually all other fighters that have fought Khamzat, is Gilbert Burns takes risks, and that was the way he was able to implement his game. He took one to deliver one type vibes. No one else is really doing that with Khamzat. They're all super intimidated. Now,
Kamaru's not like that either.
Kamaru was not like that at all. If anything, Khamzat was trying to respect him. Khamzat tried to will some striking, and he was throwing he had a flurry early.
Kamaru was catching him a little.
Yeah, Kamaru was catching his stride, his pace. So like I was saying, we learned one of two things: either Khamzat's more human than we thought, or Kamaru is way better than we thought. And it's not that we didn't think he was good. He was considered one of the greatest welterweights of all time. But like, he's legitimately got off the couch, cut weight. And for those who don't know, Kamaru has extremely bad knees. He cannot run long distances. He has to do his cardio in a pool so that he lowers the impact on his knees. To ask him to cut weight in 10 days, granted it's not his 170 typical, he's 15 pounds less. Still, you and I both know that dude has to walk around at like 205 at least. So he cuts weight, makes the dance, makes it a good fight, wins the last round if you ask me.
For sure.
Second round was up in the air. First round was absolutely Khamzat's. Like, it's not even close. So Khamzat wins the decision. I agree with the decision, but I'm sad seeing like Usman take an L under those circumstances, because
he took an L, but it still wasn't a loss in my opinion.
He earned brownie points in everyone's eyes. So I was like not rejecting the outcome of that fight. Now, fast forward to the implications of this. Dana White said publicly that the winner of that gets Sean Strickland. And if you ask me, I'm sorry, but Khamzat does not deserve the middleweight strap fight yet. Now, are you asking me, will he beat Strickland? I think he would be favored to do so, yes. But the reason I'm saying the emphasis on that, if you look on his resume, he fought like who has he fought? You know what I'm saying? He like getting to where he is now. He fought Gilbert Burns. That was a great fight. He fought Holland. That was a quick
Mearshart. That's it.
Yeah, Mearshart. He fought Holland. That was a quick fight.
Yeah, it's a dumb quick.
He doesn't have like, I'm not mad at them for wanting to do it, because
he's probably gonna lose the title fight.
I mean, he trains with Sean, or used to train with Sean Strickland. So like,
oh fuck,
they
know each other.
So like, it's kind of like, I think if anything, Dricus du Plessis deserves it more, because
I think Dricus beats Khamzat too.
That would be a great fight, but
Dricus
is coming off of the Robert Whittaker TKO, and then he hurt his something and then had to get surgery. That's why he didn't get to fight Izzy right away. That's why Strickland was allowed to step up, and so fucking like Strickland sees the moment, wins the belt, and so now we're seeing Khamzat Strickland, which I'm like, I would rather see it be someone else. Like, who knows? I think Strickland can do it, because the difference between like Strickland will also take risks, and like, I don't know how great his takedown defense in the grand scheme of things is, but in a fight scenario, he's good at like he'll kick you in the body a lot. He'll throw like his jab quite a bit. I think Strickland can give him a lot of problems, but I just don't think Khamzat deserves that fight yet.
Yeah. Let's move on to Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. I mean, not much to say for this one.
Broke my heart.
Broke my heart. It's hard to see Volk in that position. It was sad. But yeah, God, that head kick was beautiful, dude. It was beautiful.
It was so
and
loud.
the finish was beautiful. Like the way he had him against the cage like that, and his leg was on his face was like in between his leg and the cage, and he was just beating his ass, and there was blood all over his thigh. Oh, bro.
It was vicious.
It was a vicious, brutal knockout, and Islam deserved it, and he really showed everybody what happens when you fight him on short notice. I mean, we all kind of knew that. I'm not going to say we all knew that he was going to get knocked out, but we all kind of knew that Islam had a way longer camp.
He had a
Volkanovski
camp. Just
stepping
simply
in.
put, he had a camp.
Had a camp. Volk did not have a
Volk
camp.
had like the amount of
This
time.
is Volkanovski on no camp, making weight
So,
the whole time.
Allegedly, they
Got knocked out in the first round, 3 minutes.
Allegedly, the UFC called a couple of fighters that all have said on Twitter that they said yes to the bout, which the likes of like Dustin Poirier, and then I think they offered one other fighter that claims that they said yes. It's not coming to mind immediately, but yeah, obviously you give it to Volk because that's a rematch. It's an easy storyline, but damn, grim.
Big grim.
Hurt to see Volk go down like that.
Hurt to see it, but hey, it happened, bro.
It's his first
We
like.
got Deryk Lewis this weekend.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's like the only fight that I'm really.
Yeah.
We got a Bomb Fiend brother fighting, but you guys don't know who that is, so it's
Yeah.
okay. But hey, let's get into the Banter Bros. Hit that Banter Bros one more time for us.
Yeah.
It's time for Banter Bros.
And we're back, and we're about to do it. So, I know in the title and in the thumbnail, you guys are like, "How are we gonna what? We already have a winner." Yeah, we get it, but we're here to argue who really won the fight: Francis Ngannou or Tyson Fury. We got this guy for Tyson Fury. We got me for Francis Ngannou. This is really how we feel. He thinks what? Go ahead and start with your.
All right, I'm starting the timer. So, first of all, I absolutely was blown away with the competitiveness of that bout.
Everybody, oh my god!
Because like we're coming off of the last card that was like KSI versus Tommy
Trash,
Fury.
garbage.
One of the worst bouts I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
entire life. And then on that same bout or same card, you had Dylan Dennis versus Logan Paul, not Jake Paul,
Trash,
Logan Paul.
garbage.
Fucking atrocious, unwatchable. So like I went into this with that taste in my mouth. These like novelty bouts, but this was a different one. This was different because you had
Crazy.
a UFC heavyweight champ.
Motherfuckers brought out on thrones and
Like
shit.
you had UFC heavyweight champ who never lost his belt, still in his prime, going up against boxing's heavyweight kings,
Lineal heavyweight champion.
still in their prime. Like, excuse me, when Conor did the Floyd thing, Conor was like, sure, he was the UFC champ at the time, but Floyd was not considered one of the pound for pound best boxers. I mean, sure, he was because of his like his legacy,
he was.
his legacy, but like,
But not like Tyson in the heavyweight division.
yeah, like
It's different.
it would have been like more impressive if at the time he like fought Canelo instead.
Yeah,
that would have been way different because we're respect to prime and longevity.
Let's just
whatever.
say Tyson doesn't pick his fights like Mayweather did.
Exactly.
Like,
So
Tyson will fight anybody anywhere.
So I went into it with that bad taste in my mouth, thinking that Tyson's not gonna. It's like not even gonna be competitive. Tyson's just gonna do what he wants.
Shit, yeah.
And it's just gonna be his thing, and that did not happen.
Lo and behold, the only man that hit the canvas.
I'm giving Francis all his flowers because nobody on God's green earth thought this was possible. Because you have a
Facts.
lifetime boxer, both who like lived stupid adversity. I think that's a common denominator in their success in their careers. Is they both like you had a guy who was living in or working in a sand mine versus the Gypsy King. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were cut from the same like poverty, if you will, cloth, which is unfortunate. Not the exact same, but like they both come from
I don't
poverty.
know. I'd argue that Francis's life was way harder than
Oh,
Tyson's. But I mean, it's neither here nor there.
So they both come from whatever. So Francis definitely stepped up to the occasion. Not that anyone doubted he would take it seriously. It's just no one anticipated that he could look good or win rounds against Tyson Fury, which was insane to me. Absolutely insane. I want to give him a lot of credit, a lot of flowers, and I think this also opens the mind of MMA striking is not inferior to boxing.
Thank you.
It is on average.
Depends who it is. On average.
But the thing that
for
we've
sure.
noticed is boxers, the dynamic of boxing is you cherry pick every opponent you get to build yourself.
It's a very corrupt sport.
Remember that everyone remembers the one time that a boxer went into MMA. It was that James Toney, and he fought what's his name? God damn it, I can't think of his name right now. Former UFC heavyweight champ.
I don't know.
Bald Randy Couture.
Ah.
Yeah, James Toney. He got taken down and beat the fuck up in the first round. So like, there's one boxer went into MMA to give it a shot. Every MMA guy who's gone to boxing has lost.
Bad.
Like, of some capacity. So this is the first time where an MMA guy looked game, and there's nothing Francis could have afforded in his lifetime that could afford the amount of training that Tyson has had in his lifetime. So you can't compare. This is no apples to apples comparison. You have like a world's greatest table tennis player going to Wimbledon and fucking duking it out, basically. That's what we just witnessed.
And did great.
And did absolutely and scored. Like, so
Drop the motherfucker.
so I want to say that if from that I gave Francis his flowers, I think the round he dropped homie was like a 10-8, no questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another round where
And I'll piggyback on that. The only 10-8.
yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
There was another round where Francis was just like it's like he had a second wind. It was weird. It was like when
Round 8.
he shrugged off Tyson, and Tyson looked tired for the first time
Round
in his
8.
whole professional career. And then he started going in. And so I remember when I saw that, I'm like, he definitely won that round as well. No questions asked. Every other round after that was either favorable for Tyson or kind of like it wasn't really decisive for either fighter. But I think confidently Francis won. No questions asked. 2 rounds, one being a 10-8. So that's the equivalent of a 3-round deficit. Off rip. That's 3 rounds that he outpointed. I think that in the later rounds, other than round 8, like round 9 and 10, I gave both those to Tyson Fury. I gave Tyson Fury round 1. He obviously didn't get round 2. That's when he got dropped, if I'm not mistaken. Round 3 was one of those kind of whatever because
So it was a close
Francis
fight.
came
That's
out.
the thing. It was a close fight.
It shouldn't have been, but it
shouldn't
was.
have been, but it was.
It was
very close. And let me mind you, and let me stop you on that. There was only one man that hit the canvas that night. One man that had to get counted up. One man that had to change game plans, and one man that got scared after that. So I'm gonna say, even though you say Tyson won every round other than the 8th and the 3rd, you're crazy because it was way more competitive than you think. And if that's the case, then it can't just be those rounds. So there's only it's just crazy because we look at one's face, we look at the other's face, we look at the demeanor in the fight on one end, and then we look at the demeanor in the fight on the other end. Then we look at the demeanor after the fight when it's done in the ring, what they're doing, how one team is acting and how another team is acting. And there was a definite difference in the both of them. One team acted like they won, one team didn't. And that one team was Tyson Fury's team. They did not think they won that night. His dad's whole demeanor changed. Tyson's whole demeanor changed. Tyson thinks he lost that fight. And maybe he didn't on the corrupt judges' scorecards, but we know what really happened because there's only one man that hit that canvas, and his name is Tyson Fury.
So
There's only one man that was rocked after that, and his name is Tyson Fury.
I can't refute the man hitting the canvas because that happened. That's facts. But what I can say is I think the reason that his team looked the way they did wasn't because they were under the impression that they lost that bout.
They looked stunned.
I agree like wholeheartedly, but I think they were stunned in the sense that they went into this as a perceived professional bout, but like a novelty.
They thought they were going to knock his ass out.
They thought it was going to be embarrassing or it wasn't going to be competitive. And the reason that they thought that is because he even said, he's like, I'm going to go in this with a clean
I
sweep.
also don't think they won that. They think that they won that fight. They don't think they won that fight.
Well, Tyson...
Even Tyson himself, he had to run back and said... He said that was the hardest fight he's ever had.
He said it was the hardest fight in
10 years.
Yeah, he did say that, and that's true.
And
that's
now
a fact.
now he's running that statement back because the boxing community's coming at him. But we know that boxing is a corrupt sport. It's always been a corrupt sport.
I'm not gonna even refute
They
that.
saved their product that night. If Francis Ngannou would have won that fight, boxing would have imploded. So they had to do everything in their power to make it not happen. Again, I'm going to say it again. There was one man that got dropped. Usually, what are the statistics on a boxer winning the fight if he was the only one dropped in the match? I'm sure they're astronomical.
Tyson
for
Fury
the other
did
side.
it every single time against Wilder. He got dropped every fight.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different of this fight.
But I'm saying
because you know what Tyson did is he won the rounds after he got dropped and then won the rounds after that. I don't think that happened this fight.
I think so like here's my... He
had trouble in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th round.
Here's my optics.
7th.
I see where you're coming from. And here's the optics, and like let me explain it before you react to it because it's going to sound controversial.
Go ahead and
at
explain
first.
the whole thing. Yeah,
it's going to sound controversial at first.
Okay.
And this is not an argument of authority because I would lose that, so I'm not going to say that. Okay. From the optics of pure boxing, just optics of boxing, I think Tyson did a much better job through the entirety of the fight. Now, from the optics of fighting, which you and I consider us MMA experts. I don't consider me a boxing expert. You have a much more historical reference to boxing through your father. I don't. Mm-hmm. So like I can't claim a boxing expert optically.
I'm not an expert either.
But so that being said, if I watched that fight with my own 2 eyes in person, take away the ring, take away the gloves,
They
take
say
away
it's
the
different in
take
the
away-
ring as on.
but to just take away all the audience factor,
Mm.
like the performance factor, and those two duke it out in a fist fight in a subway or some shit, and I watch it all, and everything plays out the exact same, which again, it's not going to have rounds, whatever. Every strike plays out the same. Homie gets dropped the same. Everything. I'm going to tell everyone after that, I'm like, Tyson Fury guy's ass whooped. I'm going to tell everybody that. Because in a fight, optics of a fight, he got his ass whooped. Like you said, demeanor, damage, shit like that. He is not I can't say he's not a fighter. I can say he's a fighter from a boxing pedigree. You know what I'm saying? As to where Francis is a fighter. Francis embodies it. He couldn't embody it better if he tried right now. So from the optics of boxing and just what I dissected as pure striking analysis, I think Tyson Fury was the victor. If I'm going to say who got their ass whooped, Francis did not get his ass whooped. Nah, he got hit. He got hit a few times.
Yeah.
Like
He did get hit by an illegal elbow. One of them.
That
We'll
was-
say
that was not a I know because of the professional that Tyson Fury is that he did not consciously try to elbow him. However, it did happen. He could have maybe like stopped the fight to be like, "Yo, is he good? That was my bad." Like, but what boxer's ever going to do that? That's the ref's job.
See, but you say he won out of the boxing aspect and the boxing fundamentals, but I mean, I don't think he did. He was the man that was grabbing more. He almost damn near grabbed for a leg in one of those rounds. You seen it, bro. This motherfucker lunged under him to grab onto fucking Francis, bro, to hold on. And there's a different, and I'll bring up demeanor again, bro. That's a different demeanor when you're fighting. And in a boxing fight, that a boxer who's grabbing on and latching on like Tommy Fury, that's not good. That's not a good. I think if this was anybody other than Francis Ngannou, if this was Anthony Joshua, if this was Alexander Usyk, the victor would have won. If that was Usyk doing everything that Francis did, dropped him, getting him off of him, because that's the thing. Like Usyk's kind of different because he's smaller.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
a
going to be
cruiserweight.
able to get Tyson off of him like Francis was.
Francis is the bigger
But
man.
if he did, if he did, and he did everything as Francis, Usyk would have won. Usyk would have won. Everybody would have said it. No one would have said anything.
I mean, you're speaking to the
I'm
politics.
just saying,
but
man.
No, I'm saying you're speaking because of the
Boxing-
politics of boxing would allow that, which is they won't allow Francis. That's the same reason
They're
why.
not allowing him. They're not allowing him
So
to
like,
win.
I think
Not against the best heavyweight in the world.
so one thing that I think was a complete
They
misstatement.
saved the product.
I'm not disagreeing, but one thing that I think was a misstatement that they were saying on the night of the announcement, because again, everyone was so overwhelmed with how good Francis did, as they should be. They were trying to give him his flowers, but I think they went a little overboard in embellishing. They even went as far as to say that Francis gave Tyson Fury his best bout they've ever seen.
I don't know about that. I would argue
Deontay Wilder. They went to a draw.
Fight, yeah.
That can't
Their first fight, for
Like
sure.
regardless of how people feel about the awesomeness of what Francis
He was asleep
was
and then woke up and won.
like the Undertaker, bro.
Yeah, like
so like
that's you can't beat
all
that.
things considered, Deontay Wilder still has put in the best attempt at beating homie because it went to a draw. Now again, boxing judging, that shit's corrupt as shit. You can't disagree with that. If you try to tell me that shit's legit, fucking explain to me how fucking Vasily Lomachenko lost to Devin Haney and what the same vibes.
Yeah,
So,
same vibes.
All I'm trying to say is like, I think if from a boxing perspective, it was very clear.
How when there's only one person that got a 10-8 round?
Because that 10-8 round doesn't dictate a 10-round fight.
It does
there's
if you get
9 other-
rocked again after
But
that.
there's 9 other rounds to compete.
I'm just saying, if the roles were flipped, if Tyson Fury dropped him and then rocked him after that, it's a definite win, right?
Probably.
So why the fuck isn't it the other way? That doesn't make sense.
I just don't think that.
It doesn't make sense. Does it not make sense? That doesn't make sense.
I just don't think
Come
that
on.
justifies the win.
How?
It's 10 rounds.
Getting
he
dropped
got
and then
2 of
getting
them.
rocked again?
I think he won.
Dude,
2 of
he
the
won
10.
more rounds. Come on. What about 4, 5, 6, and 7? You haven't mentioned anything about those rounds.
They were like,
and Francis won some of those. You know he did.
I don't
You
confidently think he won.
rewatch the fight.
I would.
We need to rewatch the fight together, bro.
We can.
Because I swear to God, man, you got to watch those rounds. Tyson changed. You can't say that Tyson didn't change after that drop. He changed his whole game plan.
Yeah, he adjusted.
His adjustment was grabbing a lot. grabbing a lot.
He's trying to make him
And,
tired.
and who was winning the exchanges in the fucking
you look
clinch? Francis Ngannou was. Don't lie.
But if you look at the beginning of
he
the
was
fight,
winning the clinch battles.
at the beginning of the fight, Tyson tried to just strike him off of his speed alone to see what he was capable of. And then when he realized, especially after getting dropped, that was not a strategy that was going to work, he wasn't going to class him.
I'm
He
not
realized,
saying that.
he realized he had to start imposing his will, which is the same thing he did to Wilder. He kept holding on to him, put his weight on. Now Wilder has chicken legs. Francis has
Francis is gigantic.
He has linebacker fucking
275 solid.
sand mine legs,
Yeah.
like cutting weight to make under 300-pound legs. So he wasn't going to outbody him and make him tired the same way he made Deontay tired. But that was the game plan. That was a very wise game plan. But Tyson Fury and company said at the press conference that if he goes in and gets hurt or cut in any way that would postpone the Usyk fight, he has lost the fight in his own eyes. That's what he said. So he said if he didn't basically clean sweep Francis and go in or come out spotless, in his own sentiment, he considers that a loss. Not a loss on his record, but he lost the moment. Because let's face it, he was supposed to mop
And
the
not
floor
only
with
did
him.
he lose the moment, he lost the fight.
I
He lost that fight, man.
think
Dude, boxing saved their ass that night. You know it. And you know what's the most fucked up part? As soon as it went to decision, I knew they weren't going to give it to Francis.
I knew it wasn't going to
Everybody
Francis either.
knew because of the corrupt way that boxing
Yeah,
works.
and I don't want to.
I'm just saying, bro, if you replace Francis with Anthony Joshua would be the lineal heavyweight champion of the world.
I don't know.
Argue that point to me.
I mean,
You think so?
It's hard to say.
No, bullshit, man. They would have gave it to
I
They would have
think-
gave it
I-
to Anthony Joshua and then done a
I think we're
rematch right
just-
after that.
I think we're just over infatuated with how impressive Francis was.
No, there's only one man that hit the canvas, one man with a 10-8, one man that their game plan changed, and one man that knows what really happened in that fucking ring, dude. Boxing or not, I'm not talking about the fight. I'm talking about the boxing match that happened in the ring. How many other people are there out there that think Francis won? Lots of pro boxers. Canelo himself said that Francis won that fight. One of the best boxers out there in the world. I'm really curious to what Mayweather would say. You know?
He can't even read.
Probably doesn't even know how to tweet himself, probably. But, there's a lot of pro boxers that think Tyson Fury lost that fight. One of them, guess who? Usyk.
Well, yeah, his opponent's going to talk shit.
Of course, but it's not that it's wrong. We can't really say that. If any other situation happened, we wouldn't be able to say that unless he won.
The only thing we can say is that this so the Usyk Tyson fight will basically go down as I'm calling this now money wise is the biggest heavyweight.
Did you know they moved it to February?
Yeah, so he can recover. So
yeah.
Hear me
There's
out.
only one man that needs to recover like that,
No,
and his name is Tyson Fury.
So hear me out. They that's gonna go down as the biggest money fight in heavyweight history because you have two undefeated guys that are just at the top of their game. It's huge. This Francis moment does not help move the needle for that. It hurts. It doesn't hurt.
It hurts it very much.
No one who watched that is going to say, I'm refusing to watch this.
No one wants to watch the Usyk fight now.
I think a lot of people do, but hear me out. They're not going to say the sentiment isn't I refuse to watch these heavyweights duke it out. The sentiment is this is kind of some star asterisk shit. That's what they're going to say.
You know what? Fuck all the rest of the other bullshit fights. Fuck that. Give me Francis Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Francis only needs to be boxing the guys around this caliber now. Now that he's done that good against Tyson.
He clearly belonged.
He belongs, and he needs that bag.
Now,
he won probably $10 million from that fucking last fight in Saudi. Give him another bag.
Here's the thing, though, that I don't know if you watched Ariel and Chael.
I watched it.
It was so they're both right. They're both right.
I don't think Chael is.
Hear me out. So here's where I think is
Chael is very.
Well, Chael is being a heel, and he was sticking to his guns.
And I don't want to get into this too much because this isn't our podcast. But go ahead.
Well, all I was gonna say is I think there's no current reports of that pay-per-view doing well at the moment,
other than Francis, Nixick, and his fucking manager. Everybody who is involved says he got the bag.
No
So
one's
it happened, man.
no one's denying them getting their fight purse. Or I'm saying the pay-per-view.
That's what they're fighting over, though.
No, I'm saying the pay-per-view numbers.
Oh, the numbers.
So
okay, they did fight about the
so
numbers.
he's
a little bit,
reported. It was reported that Francis again.
I don't know about the
reported-
numbers. I don't care about the
Yeah,
numbers.
but it was
I think he got 10 mil though, at least.
I don't doubt that whatsoever. I'm not even questioning that. What I
Yeah.
was questioning is the event as a whole, as far as the money it took to present it and the amount of production value in dollars that it took.
They lost money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
It was a loss.
Yeah.
Financially.
I mean, yeah.
Because they paid everyone. Which they,
Saudi.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have oil money. They
yeah,
can they
give a
can
fuck.
they can
Yeah.
piss that away. They don't care.
Yeah, no one cares.
But the reason I'm mentioning that is because this creates a platform that is it's a novelty in the sense that it's not a traditional thing. You know, you have an MMA guy.
This will never happen like that again.
Probably not. Now,
No.
Francis boxing again, bet
Yeah.
your bottom dollar.
It's going to be different, though.
I would bet money that
But,
Francis boxes again.
You know what? For sure, but you know what's crazy? And this is perfect timing. Showtime is out of boxing. ESPN is out of boxing. Who's taking over boxing now? No one.
you
The
got-
Zone. Now Francis got his gimmick
You
shit.
basically got Eddie Hearn, and
Yeah.
you got
Matchroom.
there's like there's
Matchroom top rank. That's it.
there's not much.
Not fucking much.
That's always been an issue in boxing. It's
And
not
you
really,
know, it's the perfect timing for
But
Francis.
because
perfect
well,
timing.
this is the perfect timing for they like Saudi Arabia.
In
and
Saudi Arabia, with
they have
combat
this
sports.
they have this huge venue that they've built that they're doing like
It's a nice venue.
Crown Jewel is this week for
Yo,
WWE.
And I'm gonna say I'm not one for concerts at like the fights and shit, but that shit was epic.
You know-
I was enjoying it. I was like, damn,
it
this
was
shit's
Super Bowl
crazy.
production.
It was Super Bowl production, and I like Flo Dan. So
Now I
can't-
will say though, you know what would be like as a spectator, absolute mid about going to a fight in Saudi Arabia.
it would kind of suck.
You know why? Alcohol.
I mean, everything, all the laws.
Alcohol is illegal there.
So is weed.
Well, that's implied, but I meant like alcohol.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna be bored as fuck.
We're gonna hit our vapes and then just like stare at each other and hope that like. swear
No,
we
I
catch
heard
a
there's
buzz.
this crazy ass tobacco over there.
Whatever the
Schultz
ca-
was talking about.
Whatever the case may be, there's like nothing to do there. So like everyone in that entire audience was sober as a clam. So
That's crazy.
But no, they're the big money. Like all these fighters have their own production companies now, so they want to co-promote everything they do. And how can you blame them? Because if not, you're gonna send the WBC, the IBF, or whoever like a big ass bag just for the privilege of you fighting for them. So all these fighters like Tyson and Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, they're taking these one-of-one bouts to highest bid. And right now, Saudi is highest bid, and that's going to be the foreseeable future. So
Fuck yeah.
they're going to come back. They're doing the Usyk fight there. The Usyk.
They already
Fury
said
fight.
they have an offer on the table for
So,
Francis already. Too.
I know Dana White's not going to allow it, but
I guarantee it's Anthony Joshua.
So I guarantee you, Dana is kicking himself in the ass right now.
Fuck yeah, he is,
He'd be
bro.
ignorant to say he is.
Did you see what he said? He's like, I never thought he would go 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. Oh
So,
my god.
If
what
I'm
he said.
if I'm Dana White right now,
I'd be like, yo, come
listen-
back to the UFC, bro.
no, I mean not that. I meant
Because
ignore-
John Jones is I mean, this was going to happen no matter what. John Jones, like, if Francis would have stayed in the UFC to fight John Jones would have got injured, and Francis would be fucked.
But no, hear me out.
They'd be like,
If
oh, you
I'm-
want an interim fight?
If fuck the interim belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
if
saying.
I'm Dana White and I'm learning that like, oh, I actually have talent here outside of Connor, who can stand in a boxing match and not look terrible because he doesn't want
He fucked
his
him up.
product losing makes it
Dana
look like
fucking can't get it
any
now.
like
He
any
signed with PFL.
yeah like your product losing makes you look inferior. So if Dana can learn from this, like a golden opportunity, you could take like I don't think this will go well. I don't think this would be as competitive. But tell me. Like Shakur Stevenson, Sean O'Malley doesn't do numbers. Now it's not going to be a moneymaker. It's going to be another.
He should fight Devin Haney instead.
He's a lot bigger. I thought.
Devin Haney? What does he fight at? I thought Devin
I thought
Haney was smaller than Shakur.
I thought Devin Haney fought at like 48 or some shit.
That's not that much bigger than 135. Compared to Shakur? Isn't Shakur bigger than...
I thought Shakur was. Well, it doesn't matter.
Who cares? We don't know
Regardless,
boxing that much.
All I know is that if I'm Dana, I can sit there and say to myself, I have talent that can hang with top level. Like generational boxing talent.
I don't know if Sean can, but Francis definitely can.
Yeah, Francis is a unicorn, obviously. That whole, like, he's the hardest hitter ever. I think that's just, he's the hardest dude who's ever hit that machine. There's dudes in the past that hit hard as shit that are no longer with us, like George Foreman. Like, that motherfucker hit hard.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was really enthusiastic about how that happened. I don't know how many more of these they will do. Like the whole, like This was an entire card with a main event being a novelty bout that just went bananas. You know what I'm saying? It's more likely that we're going to see a realistic card with less novelty bouts, and this will be on there like the Jake Paul resume. He was like a featured fight on some of those novelty bouts before he was the main attraction.
I can't wait to see what Francis does next. I can't wait. I can't wait.
The PFL
I
straight
hope
up
it's
said,
a Deontay Wilder. I hope it's an Anthony Joshua. I want it to be boxing because he's already like inserted himself in that. So, bro, milk that motherfucker. Milk as much as you can out of this fucking span of boxing career that you're gonna do. Just do it now. Get it out the way. PFL has already been on record to say, yo, the ball's in Francis' court. We let him do what the fuck he wants. So just keep boxing, Francis.
PFL,
if I could tell Francis anything, keep fucking boxing. Keep making the bag.
If PFL was
making so much money,
willing to, even though this probably would never work, PFL should do their whole like pay-per-view championship card deal or whatever. They're already planning that. There's a date for that. But like, who's to say you couldn't cue Francis and I don't know Anthony Joshua, name an opponent,
that'd be so crazy,
into that cage with boxing gloves? It would be slightly different because you're boxing in a cage now.
So they already talked about
ropes.
doing so in the PFL for that shit, they're talking about doing a modded rule.
Oh,
like
they've already
modded rules.
They already said for the Jake,
MMA
for
bout.
the Jake Paul stuff. The rules are basically like it's like kickboxing.
Yeah,
from what I understand, like the takedowns are kind of like we're gonna stand you right back up.
Yeah,
like you can do them.
It's kind of lame. Like if you ask me,
it's a hybrid.
Not really.
It's not
MMA.
a real fight.
Not a real fight, but it's okay.
So we got 20 seconds left. So my final thought is,
we know who really won.
Francis won the moment. Francis won the fight, but he lost the competition.
Okay,
that's my take.
My take is there's only one man that got dropped. There's only one man that thinks he lost the fight. There's only one man's team that thinks he lost the fight. There's also only one man that had a fat black eye, nice shiner. There's one man that also got rocked right after that, and his name is Tyson Fury for all of those. Boxing saved their product. They had to, because if they didn't, the Usyk fight that was already signed before this fight happened would be gone. So if Tyson Fury,
shy of a
there's
knockout.
no way. There's no way they were going to let him do that.
No
there's
rematch clause.
No rematch clause, but there's no way they were going to let Francis do that because of that. So this was fixed. I don't want to say it's a fixed fight, but the judging, they obviously had to give it to Tyson because they were boxing was protecting their product. They couldn't give it to Francis. And that's exactly why it wasn't a title fight, because it would have been even more fucking scary.
Well,
when Tyson Fury was on the ground in that third round, he looked at his corner in disfucking belief. And he's the only fighter in that match to do that. So we all know who won. There's professional boxers that watched that fight, analyzed that fight, and scored the fight, and they thought Francis won. I'm on the majority's team. Even there's people on Tyson's team that are on the majority team who thought Francis won. And I would be probably called a liar if I didn't say, or called a dummy or a liar if I didn't say that Tyson definitely wants that back. Definitely wants to run it back to just right the wrong, because he really deep down thinks he lost that fight.
I mean,
that's it.
We'll probably not see that rematch.
Probably. I mean, that's going to be years from now if it ever happens.
If it
probably
happens,
not.
Well, two things could happen. If Tyson beats Usyk, we'll probably never see that rematch.
If Tyson beats Usyk and then Francis beats Deontay and then beats like Joshua or something,
you got to think.
They have to.
I'm just trying to think of the level of competition that's going to humor Francis, because like,
I think Tyson's already talking retirement after this fight. Did you hear that too?
Well, I'm saying like the people who might be willing to, like Anthony Joshua might not be willing to risk it. Deontay Wilder might not be willing to risk it. I'm saying this hypothetically.
Because boxers are pussies.
You might get like an Andy Ruiz, which sign me up. Francis.
That would be crazy. That would be fun.
Francis Ruiz would be fun. I'm trying to think of like other notable like heavyweights that would even humor, like Joseph. Joseph Park maybe.
I mean, we're as soon as you named Andy Ruiz, we're starting to step out of the elite heavyweights.
Well, those are like the hovering former champions that all got walked through by Tyson and Deontay.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
I don't know who else there is after that.
Me either.
So,
good talk, dude. That was fun. That was a good one.
I suggested this for those who don't know.
Yeah,
I saw this man tweeting up a storm when the fights were ending because you were very emphatically rooting for
Francis.
Francis, and you felt that the decision was unacceptable. And I wasn't mad at where you were coming from, but I disagreed. So
He
I was
thought
like,
Tyson won, yeah.
so because I knew you were so passionate on it, I was like, yes. So when I mentioned it in the hallway, we immediately started like
Arguing.
John immediately. I was like, I'm like, yo, I've made it.
There's only one man that hit the canvas.
I was like, let's debate fucking Francis Tyson,
anybody else.
and then Rick goes, like, what's to debate? And I'm like, I think Francis won maybe 2 rounds. And then he goes,
like,
and then
what?
Rick's like, you're crazy. I'm like, all right,
Yeah, bro.
We'll talk about it.
All I'm gonna say is rewatch the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round, and we'll see what you fucking think about that. Because rewatch it is all I gotta say. And I mean, if this again, I'm ending it on this. If this was anybody else other than Francis Ngannou, they would have been crowned the champion. That's it. Follow me everywhere. Link below if you want to see our scores, our score system for the battle bets. Link or the description below. But I make music. If you don't remember that, but I'm gonna be dropping the dates real soon, guys. You're gonna be seeing me on social media a lot more. It's been hard for me lately. I don't know, getting on it. I've just been so burnt out on it. But I gotta fucking change my goddamn shit on the social media. So let's fucking get it going. I'm gonna have a lot more shit to post now that I have a lot of cool equipment. So follow me everywhere. Hit the link below. That's it. I mean, you're going to find us here later tonight, too. Peace. And his name's Dave. Follow him everywhere, too. He's in the link below.
Aha.
Laters.